Medical school is easy and I don't care what anyone says, provided you make the right choices. So early on in medical school, I decided that I was going to learn for myself. Not for exams, not for grades, but for me. And that's why I always avoided memorizing and cramming information. And I have the best example of how that helped me down the line. So recently I had my final exam of medical school, the board examination, where it's basically a panel of 5 doctors from different specialties all asking you questions. Now everything was going fine until the professor of surgery asked me a question that I've never heard before. So he basically said, if there is a stone in the gallbladder that is too big to pass through the cystic duct, but still find its way into the duodenum, how is that possible? And I was like, okay, I've never heard this before. And I'm like, okay, so if there's no way that it can normally go through the cystic duct into the duodenum, then there must be an abnormal pathway. What abnormal pathways we have in medicine? And then eventually dawned to me, of course, it must be a fistula, which was the correct answer. But the point of this is that if I spent 6 years just memorizing and cramming information, I wouldn't have been able to get to this conclusion and think through the problem critically. And that's why it's so important to learn for yourself and not for any grades or exams. Because having the skills to think through a problem and solve it on the spot will take you further in life than any good grade could ever.